Okay, hello everyone. Happy Sunday. Welcome to our group meditation practice tonight. We're going to be talking about self-worth, self-value, and the very, very real physiology behind why low self-worth might be contributing to your health picture. And when we have higher self-worth, higher self-value, that our body in a very real way, not just a more metaphysical way or in a more abstract way, shifts into a healing response. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time talking about that, and then we will move on to our meditation exercise. So when we aren't living in a state of full worthiness and high self-worth, there's this inherent feeling of lack of being seen or lack of expressing your truth or lack of being accepted. There's some sort of limiting belief that is keeping us from the most authentic and truest version of ourselves, showing up not only out in the world with other people, but even with ourselves and our own being. And this activates a stress response, the fight or flight response, where this can be fight, we're more prone to anger and irritability. Maybe it's flight. We want to remove ourselves from situations more regularly. We want to not necessarily put down roots in relationships or places or friends. But there is even freeze, which is more of the shutdown response, that it almost feels like we want to curl up into a ball and not deal with the world around us. And then fawn, which is basically placating the people in our lives, being really agreeable. This is where people pleasing comes in. And if you are dealing with any kind of chronic health issue, chronic pain, chronic anxiety, any symptom that's lasting more than a year, you are far more likely than not existing in this freeze state, this overwhelm, or this fawn, which is placating, being agreeable, people pleasing. And so it's really important if we can understand the undercurrent that's running our lives, this stress response that's being activated because we're afraid to live in our truth, our highest expression, that our nervous system is being activated to make ourselves smaller. Our immune system responds directly to that. Our immune system and our nervous system are so intertwined that often if we have this chronic, elevated, and eventually decreased nervous system response, the immune system will follow the same pattern, potentially being hypervigilant at first, and then going into a more decreased state. And this is where things like chronic infections or chronic-based health issues can really start to pop up because our immune system isn't quite functioning as well as it used to anymore. It's been really trying to show up, probably spent years with elevated stress responses, elevated immune responses, and now it's in a place that it doesn't quite have the resiliency and stamina that it once did. This is why we can hear about people who have these near-death experiences or radical changes that happen in their life, all of a sudden that they can be healed from a disease. This isn't woo-woo. It's that the nervous system dramatically recalibrates to what it once was, now can show up in a state of regulation and balance in this healing response, that diseases can overnight be able to be eradicated. It is very hard to make that shift happen in one moment. That's why it typically takes something like a near-death experience or something so dramatic to be able to get there. But we can also incorporate practices like this over time that allow our nervous system to gradually transition into coming more online, us showing up more authentically. And that tends to be the safer and more integrated version of how to do that without having to go through the pain of a near-death experience. So the work here we're going to do tonight is right along those lines, to be able to reprogram our nervous systems into a sense of inherent worthiness, to explore maybe a core memory as to where this might be coming up for you and how we could choose to show up differently in this moment and moments to come. So we're creating a new neurological and immune set point for our body to follow. When we practice this over time and show up consistently this way, we get to show our body more and more how we want to feel, and this becomes a new blueprint. It just takes time and consistency. And then you get to show up more authentically yourself. So it's a win-win. So with all of that being said, let's go ahead and find a comfortable resting position. You're welcome to sit. If you are sitting, just make sure your neck is free. It's not like up against a wall. You're sitting upright. Your back can be supported, but just not your head. And then if you want to lay down, you are more than welcome to do so. Get comfortable. Maybe get a blanket. Whatever sounds good for you tonight. And whenever you find that comfortable resting position, I invite you to close your eyes and start to notice the contact points of where your body is touching the surface underneath you. Maybe you're noticing where the back of your legs are hitting your bed. Maybe you're feeling where your back is being supported by the wall. Gently connecting with the body and feeling that full support of that surface. And as we're checking in with our body, let's go ahead and draw our attention to our breath. Noticing what it feels like to inhale gently through your nose. Noticing the quality and the temperature of the air between your nostrils. What it feels like to feel your lungs expand. And noticing the qualities on the exhale. Maybe exhaling out your mouth, noticing the temperature and quality differences now around your mouth. Noticing what it feels like in the chest and the abdomen to let air move out through your lungs. And on your next inhale, I want you to visualize a warm golden light coming into your heart center. Letting that light radiate out towards your heart, filling up your chest, warming this part of your body. And on your next exhale, I want you to visualize that golden light, this warm light traveling down your spine, down your sacrum, down your legs, and out through the bottom of your feet. You can picture this light exiting the bottom of your feet, connecting into the earth beneath you, as if it's growing roots into the soil. On your next inhale, visualize that golden light traveling back up through your feet, and back up to your heart center. Anchoring you to the ground underneath you. Now I want you to bring to mind a moment this week where you felt like you just weren't enough. Maybe it was a situation that we felt unworthy, not smart enough, not beautiful enough, not charismatic enough, not lovable enough. A situation that made you shrink and feel small. As you're seeing this memory, draw your attention down to your body. Notice what physical sensations are coming up for you here. Is there a tightness in your chest? Maybe your legs feel the urge to move, to run away. Maybe there's a pit in your stomach. As much as it is comfortable, make this feeling visceral. Make it pretty big. This is the feeling of low self-worth that represents in our body. This is that nervous system pattern that we've been repeating. This is how this manifests physically. Now ask this part of you, the one that feels unworthy, unseen, that's experiencing these physical symptoms in your body. When did I first start feeling this way? You might see an image. It might be a memory. It might just be simply a knowing. But see if you can travel back through time, back into maybe your teenage years, your childhood, and notice if there's a younger version of you that previously has felt this way. Now see that younger version of yourself standing before you. Notice how their body holds this energy. Maybe this version of you has their shoulders slumped over. Maybe they're curled up in a ball. Maybe they have a quiet voice. Just notice and observe with compassion for how this younger version of you was trying to protect itself. As you're observing this younger part in this posture, draw your attention back to your own body in this moment. Can you feel those same feelings this younger part you're currently seeing experience? Can we see how this younger part has been with us this whole time, trying to protect us the only way it's known how? And that this memory continues to live in our body. Now draw your attention back to this younger version of yourself and imagine in this situation that they suddenly have everything that they've ever needed. Whether that was unconditional love, unlimited understanding, a sense of safety, a sense of belonging, feeling understood, feeling valued, whatever that means for you. Picture them being clearly seen and held by the people around them. As this younger version of you is experiencing this new reality, watch their body shift. Do their shoulders lift? Do their eyes brighten? Does their breath deepen? Notice how this younger version might physically show up differently. Now, with this vision in mind, draw your attention back to your own body in this moment. When you see this version of yourself having their needs met, feeling seen, supported, loved, held, How does this physically feel in your body? How does it feel different than what you were previously experiencing? This is what our bodies can feel like when our worth isn't being questioned. When we are in healthy connection with the people around us, that we feel seen, valued, supported, understood, not only by our community, but by ourselves. And this is the resonance in which we heal. If this version feels very different from the version we were tapping into earlier, that is okay. It just means that we have some repetition work to do to remember our own inherent worthiness to provide real healing. Now, as we are in the energy of our inherent worthiness, the energy of healing, let's take a big breath in together through the nose. Hold at the top. And exhale, sigh. Feel this inherent worthy version merge with your current self now, in every cell, in every organ, in every thought. Repeating the mantra, I am seen, I am valued, and I am safe. Now let's return to that moment from this week. This memory that we felt, this sense of unworthiness. Can you bring this newfound sense of worthiness into this memory? Imagine responding, breathing, your posture in this memory from a place of connection and value. Draw your attention back to your body, noticing how it feels to replay this memory and rewrite this memory from a place of worthiness. How different does it feel than our original memory? As we let this memory fade, let this version of you, this integrated sense of self, this worthy sense of self, settle into your nervous system. this vagus nerve that softens our body, that regulates our breathing, that steadies our heart. Let this be your somatic reminder of what healing feels like. As we start to gently draw our attention back to our surroundings, back in the room that we're in, let's put one hand on our heart, one hand on our abdomen. Thanking our bodies for physically reminding us of when we are in feelings of unworthiness or low self-value, so we can get back to a more integrated sense of self. Let's take one breath in together through the nose. Hold. And exhale, sigh. Now, whenever you're ready, maybe adding in a little bit of movement to your body, maybe gently rocking from side to side. That might feel nice tonight. Maybe moving your wrists, wiggling your toes, and gently opening your eyes. Amazing. Coming back to the room. A sense of unworthiness, it is just a lens that we developed as a coping strategy at younger ages. When we're younger, we rely on the community around us for survival. So if someone isn't being completely attuned to our needs, our inner child makes it mean something about us than it does about them. That we aren't lovable enough, that we aren't good enough. We aren't smart enough, that we're not capable enough. And we carry these views with us in our adult lives that no longer serve us. So if you're experiencing chronic health issues, if feelings of low self-worth are something that feel like a challenging piece for you, just know that it is here to show you the places that you get to create freedom. You get to create a new story and a new lens. And all it takes is repetition. Entirely possible. Thank you so much for joining tonight on this amazing Sunday. Remember how worthy and amazing you are. And yeah, we're always here if you need any support. Just reminders, we have our meditation journal available on Amazon to purchase for 2026. Can't even believe I'm saying the words 2026, so crazy. But it's really beautiful and it's really cute to keep a lot of these mindfulness practices year round. And we also have our HSA, FSA payments available for our protocol. So if you have those funds and you've been thinking about considering taking a deeper dive into your health in a way that feels really meaningful and purposeful, we'd love to be able to help you. Always feel free to reach out if you have any questions at hello@revhealth.com. Thank you so much, everyone, and I hope you have a great rest of your night.